Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the next instalment of Mr. Chapman, the Quiz Wizard's Quickfire Quiz. Welcome to those of you who are taking part for the first time today, and also a big welcome back to those of you who have been taking part in several of my quizzes so far. I'd just like to give a big shout out to Edie and George Bond, who have taken part in all of my quizzes so far, as well as those of you who are members of 6PB. Keep the messages coming to me, much appreciated. So, our quiz today will be 10 questions, all on different subjects from school and some general knowledge thrown in as well. So let's see what our quiz has in store for us today. So question 1. How many members were there originally in the boy band One Direction? How many members were there originally in the boy band One Direction? Question 2 is an English question. Find the adjective in the following sentence. The frightened cat was shivering with fear. The frightened cat was shivering with fear. Find the adjective in that sentence. We have looked at adjectives in some previous quizzes as well. Look all the way through the sentence to make sure that there's not more than one. Question 3. How many oceans are there on Earth? How many oceans are there on Earth? We know there are 7 continents, but how many oceans are there? Question 4 is a maths question. So we've got a number line here to help you if you think you need that. What is the missing number in the following calculation? 350 add something equals 1,000. 350 add something equals 1,000. You might have a written method. You might know some little tricks here to use a mental method. Think about number bonds. I'll go through a way of looking at this a little bit later on. Question 5 is a geography question. Water on the surface of roads and pavements disappears over time. What happens to the water? Water on the surface of roads and pavements disappears over time. What happens to the water? What's happened to that water? You can see in the picture here the type of surface water I'm talking about, but what happens to it when it disappears? Halfway through, let's keep cracking on. Question 6 today is a history-based question. What are the Mayans famous for building? What are the Mayans famous for building? They are an ancient civilization. But do you know what they're famous for building? Very similar to the Aztecs, from a similar location. Question 7 today, boys and girls, is a sport-based question. Which flag is waved in motor racing to show the winner? Which flag is waved in motor racing to show the winner? What is that called? Some of you may have done some racing before and seen that flag waved, but what is it called? Question 8 today. Tim and Paul are going for a walk. Choose the correct sentence here. So I've got 3 different sentences with different theirs in. Which one is correct? Tim and Paul are going for a walk. Is it they're going for a walk, the top one? Is it they are going for a walk, the middle one? Or is it they're going for a walk, the bottom one? This is a common mistake that we can make when we're using spellings. There. Which one is correct? Tim and Paul are going for a walk. Question 9. A maths question about time. How would 4:15 in the afternoon be displayed on a digital clock? So quite often the clocks that you see with hands that move around there, that's analog time. The picture here is an example of a digital clock. So what would 4:15 in the afternoon look like? How would that be displayed? And the last question of our quiz today, question 10, film. Which of the following names is one of the main Minion characters? Are they called Liam, Robert, or Dave? Which of the following names is one of the main Minion characters? Liam, Robert, or Dave? Brilliant films, great characters, but which one of these names is one of the main Minion characters? And that is the end of the first quiz of this week. So I think you should give yourselves a lift the roof, and I will shortly go through the answers. But before that, I've got another little maths challenge for you. So some of you may have seen the television show Countdown before. So what you have to do is you've got a certain set of numbers and you have 30 seconds to try and make the target number. So today's numbers, you've got 50, 25, 6, 10, 2, and 5. You don't have to use all of them, but you can only use each number once. You can use add, subtract, multiply, divide, but can you make the target number of 526? You've got 30 seconds to try and do that and see if you can find a solution. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Ten seconds left. Do 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 do. Boom. Right. If you manage to get 526, that is absolutely fantastic. If you got close, well done as well. These can be quite tricky. There is a solution, which I'm going to go through now. If you have a different way of doing it, there may be more than one way, I'm not sure, tweet it to me. Okay, so here is one possible solution. So if you did 50 times 10, that gives you 500. So you're quite close already. If you use the 6 and take away the 5, you get 1. And then if you take that 1 and add it to the other 25, you get 26. You add the 500 and the 26 together to get 526. As I say, if you got that, well done. Right, let's have a look at our answers today then, shall we? Question 1. There are 5 members originally in the boy band One Direction. I know, I hate to say it, but they have split up and they've all gone on to have good solo careers, but they were a group of 5 once. They didn't win X Factor. They came 3rd. Question 2. Find the adjective in the following sentence. The frightened cat was shivering with fear. Adjectives describe objects. They describe the nouns. And in this sentence, the cat is the common noun and it is frightened. So the adjective is frightened. Can you think of any other words that you could use to describe the cat? Question 3. How many oceans are there on Earth? There are 5 oceans, and they are called the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Other bodies of water are either seas or lakes or rivers. But there are 5 oceans. Question 4. What is the missing number in 350? Add something equals 1000. I did put a number line on there to try and give you a bit of an idea. So what you could do is, you know that you've got 350 to start with and you're trying to get to 1000. You need to find the difference between the two. So if you do 350, think about what your next 100 would be. That's 400, and you have to add 50 to get there. 360, 370, 380, 390, 400. Okay, so you added 50, 5 tens. And then to get from 400 to 1000, you have to add 600s. 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. Put those together, 650. If you're using the box method, then 1000 would be at the top, and you do 1000 take away 350. That's another way of doing it. Mentally as well, if you were confident with your number bonds, you could have just realized that actually you could have done 35 add 65 gets you to 100, and just know that your answer needs to be 10 times bigger. You could practice with other numbers just by changing this first number here. Change it to 150 or 225 or 367, whatever you want to change it to. Well done if you got that right. Question 5. Water on the surface of roads and pavements disappears over time. This is called evaporation. What happens to the water? It evaporates. The water evaporates and returns to the atmosphere as water vapor and as part of the water cycle. I've got a diagram here of the water cycle, but perhaps you could go and have a look at how that works in more detail. Okay. Question 6. The Mayans are famous for building pyramids, believe it or not. So the Mayan civilization began long ago in a place called Mesoamerica. This huge area is made of Mexico and part of Central America. The Mayans built amazing cities like Tikal and Palenque. Now, you're probably thinking that the ancient Egyptians built lots of pyramids, so they may have copied, but they didn't, because they'd never actually seen the ancient Egyptian pyramids. So they're a very interesting civilization. So again, it's something that you could do a little case study on. Question 7, the flag that is waved in motor racing to show the winner is the checkered flag. That lets you know that you have won the race and the race is finished. Number 8, Tim and Paul are going for a walk. Choose the correct sentence. So they're going for a walk. The top one here in red is incorrect, because there, T-H-E-I-R, means that something belongs to somebody. So it was their pencil case. It was their chocolate bar. The bottom there is about position. It is over there. Whereas the middle one here, they are going for a walk. 2 people are walking in this sentence, Tim and Paul. So they are is a contraction of they are. So you take the A out of are to make it look like this, the one in green. They are going for a walk. Common mistake. Question 9, how would 4:15 in the afternoon be displayed on a digital clock? So I've shown you it here on analog. You'd have 4:15, the big hand at the 3 and the small hand just past the 4. But in digital time, it would be 16:15. There are 24 hours in a day. And after midday, the numbers continue from 12 through to, well, 23. 4 o'clock in the afternoon is therefore 16, because it would be 12, 1 o'clock would be 13, 2 o'clock would be 14, 3 o'clock would be 15, and 4 o'clock would be 16. And a 4:15 is 15 minutes. From the 12, you'd have 5, 10, 15 minutes. So it would be 16:15. Perhaps you could make a timetable of your day. What are you doing today, or what would you do at a typical day at school? And write the times out in digital. And question 10, which of the following names is one of the main Minion characters? Dave. And this picture here is Dave. So well done if you got that. Right, everybody. How did you get on today? So please let me know. Can you come back tomorrow and beat your score? If this is the first quiz that you've done, there's lots of others on the Quiz Wizard channel, so please go back and have a look at some of the older ones. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please do. That means that you'll get updates about when new quizzes come live, but please make sure you ask mum, dad, nan, granddad or carer at home first. And what it would be great, if you've enjoyed the video today, please just click that like button. It makes more people want to take part. And if you've got any questions, you want to show me anything that you've done from today's quiz, please feel free, tweet me at _quiz_wizard, just like 6PB have been doing. Right, all that leaves for me to say for now is, I hope I see you tomorrow, and class dismissed. Have a good rest of your day.